A Sherman can give you a very nice edge.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Man Cave Models. Hope you've all had a good week. Plenty of building going on. Been a bit of a strange one for me because I've been busy doing other stuff as well. So this week we're doing the whole texturing. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, guys. I feel it's a little bit coarse. So you have to excuse the gloss paint. Silly me, picked up the wrong colour. I didn't have my glasses on at the time. So I think that's a little bit on the coarse side. There's a lot of it. It's really, I just think it's really coarse. If you were paint that rusty, it would probably be alright. Like old rust. But that's just how I think it is, to be fair. I say that, it's not really, because seeing one of these up close, to be fair, this is quite smooth. I will throw a picture on. I know I did on the last video, but I'll throw a picture on around about now, just to sort of show you. So that's it. So that's what it would look like painted. I haven't done nothing to that. I've just sprayed it with gloss black. So then I've come along and I've done, just for a minute, this part obviously, as you can see it's black. There, so it's not as coarse, and that was one coat of Mr. Surfacer and then a bit of a sand down. It's not as coarse, and I'm happier with that than I am with right here. Look, my camera picks it up. Yeah, I just feel that's very coarse compared to that. So, and to do this, we're going to use quite a simple process. To be fair, we're going to use Mr. Surfacer 1000. Now you could, if you haven't got that, you could get away with Tamiya putty, but you'd have to thin it down with, normally if I'm doing something like that, if I'm doing exhausts to get the same sort of texture, I'd thin it down with a bit of glue, like extra thin glue, and then just rub it down afterwards. You could get away with that, but it's if you were doing a smaller kit, maybe. I'm not. It's one of those things that I did, maybe worth a try. I wouldn't want to try it at the moment, but this stuff's £5.80 a pot if you order it. If you've got good model shops near you, they've probably got this in stock. For me, I've got no model shops anywhere near me, which is very annoying. So I'll get this lot. Before I do it, a couple of old brushes. Look. So this one's been used already. It does wash out if you use their proper cleaner as well, which is actually it's a leveling thinner, and it does a good job of cleaning it off. So yeah, so yeah, let's just do this. I think I'll just get these pots opened a minute. Pots are open, or pot should I say. So it's quite thin, this stuff. The older it gets, a little bit thicker it gets. So I was going to mask this lot off around the arches and stuff, but to be fair, if you're pretty gentle with it or sensible, you can brush it in pretty well, and then let it go for a bit, and then just go back over it. But don't be too worried if you're getting lines and stuff. So I'm just put it in like this, but I'm putting it in quite thick. This will shrink back a bit as well, so I'll just take it down around that bit. Sorry guys, there's not a lot of room here, you know, just to get it in there. But yeah, just go around stuff. Try not to put it on your handrails and your light guards, should I say. And as you see, once it's been on for a little bit, you can starts going a bit sticky and tacky and then pulls up a little bit. Oh boy, but I tell you what, it stinks. So try, like I say, try not to put it where you've got like bits that wouldn't be cast. So we know this is, we'll dose some of this right down if we can. Like I say, don't be afraid to put it on. Now, I did on the last video near the end. You did see I sanded some of this out, so hopefully we'll lose that line. And if, let's say, if you look at the picture, they're not smooth in any shape or form. I know they're cast, but I mean, like, it looks like someone's gone over with a great big brush and which is okay, but you've got to remember that what that might look like in scale is two different things, so you've got to be a little bit careful. But see, that should have gone a bit tackier there now, see, you can go over in places. So don't be afraid to go back over anything either. So you can get in quite close with just your brush. Right, I shall continue on. I'll probably speed this up a little bit for you, because otherwise it'd be about an hour of me just dabbling around with a brush. That's why I wanted to leave that loose. This is the second time I started filming this actually as well, because I was watching Nigel's modelling bench on building a helicopter. So it's on mute now. Yeah, like I say, don't be afraid to get it into anywhere, because if worse comes to worse, you just sand a little bit back off. Can you see that just going tacky? When you do that, you can just see it staying behind with like sticking up raised a little bit. And you can, when you do it, you'll feel it on your brush. I'm just going to go around some of these areas where it's got the deeper bits that we don't want. As I say, don't be afraid to put it on though. It does. It does shrink back in places, so. Go around, have a look round. I think there's a couple little areas where it's still quite deep, which is like in here. Like I say, at the end of the day, you will sand some of this off anyway, so I think that's probably it. Right guys, just leave that to go. It's quite thick here though. Yeah, just leave it to go off and then come back and sand it. And what I'm trying to do is I'll brush it on that and then dab it with a brush to get any, so we haven't got any real brush lines as such. And then, like I say, once it's gone off, but I'd leave it a few days once you've done this to go off nice and hard. Some bits I'm not too worried about, like, because I will sand them back anyway. But and the reason I'm a bit with it, trying to get some of it not so deep, is because I think when you paint this and you put a wash on it, the wash will naturally sits in all the potholes and divots and stuff like that, and when you try and get the wash back out, it doesn't always want to come out. Plus the fact it's just too deep. Yeah. But yeah, just go around a couple of times, just fill in a few extra places. This stuff you generally need to build up a little bit. But like I say, I'm not trying to get rid of all the detail, just trying to thin it out a little bit. Very possible. they've gone. The kit's been scanned. They've 3D scanned it to get the shape, and what they've scanned it from is an old vehicle that is really well rusted and pitted. Very possible. Right, I think, guys, that is probably that for a minute. Just do this edge a bit more. Right, that will do us, I think, for a minute. We'll let that go off and see how it comes out. Right, after a night of drying, well, a couple nights actually drying, I think we got the result that we want. You can just see that line there still. So we're going to go over with, I'm going to start with a little bit of 400 to take the top off. I say 400, it's not actually that coarse. So we're just going to gently go over it, because there are some lumps and bubbles sort of from the paint. And we're just going to knock the top off of it. So you get that sort of result. Look. Right, if I come in, I don't want to go in too close because it's a bit awkward for you to see everything. So we're just going to knock the top off and try and get that sort of effect rather than what we've got, which we will get, and just go around and just sand everywhere really. It's not that hard to do. So. Like I say, it just gets rid of some of the knobs and bobs and flattens out, because on the original some of the bits were quite smooth, to be fair. Just keep a handy little brush behind, guys, like that. I will zoom back out of it again. No, wrong way. That's better, like that, just there. You can dust it off a bit and see where you're going with it then. Right, that's all we're going to do for a minute. If you look at some of these, it looks like in places, if it was really rough, they went in with a grinder and cleaned it up that way, like so. Try not to knock everything off while I'm doing it. The good thing was putting that in where we put our tyre irons the other day. It sort of seals around them a little bit as well. Not too mad there, because we've got tools going there in a minute. Right, I'll get there, keep sanding. I'll let you listen to some dodgy music rather than me waffling on. So there, guys, that's basically my plan of just toning down some of the cast texture, and it looks like it has. It's toned down a lot more than it was. We won't really see till it gets a primer coat on it, but I've got no doubt that that's what I want it to be, so I'm going to stick with what I got. So that's it for this video. It was only a quick one really, with the texture and stuff like that. Guys, if you want to tone it down even more, just give it another coat. To be fair, so some of these areas I've not done inside, because by the time you put the turret and everything in place, it's not really overly noticeable. It's more the main areas that you need to do it on. So on the next video we'll get the back out, these bits fitted, all the tools can go on, and then we are on to the turret, which will be really cool. But yeah, like I say, you do get a few little like bubbly bits that you can sand down, but like the cast texture on these, or the one that I've seen, is quite smooth. This is probably still quite pitted, but it's how far you want to go with it. Yeah, it's how far you want to go with it, really. Sorry about the phone call. It's meant to be on silent and I forgot. So yeah, so that'll be our next video, guys. Like I say, it's only a shortish video. I just didn't think I had the time to add this onto the last video. It would have took it up to a bit long, really. So that is us up to date at the moment. I shall get this one out as soon as possible. I've got quite a busy week this week, so it may not. It may come out on Saturday. Yeah, like I say, sorry. It's annoying sometimes. People ring you and you're like, no, and then they keep ringing you. Yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, I've got a bit of a busy week this week, so I'm not going to get too much done or filmed. So like I say, I'll probably put this out Saturday and then start getting on with the next bit to it. Which is, like I said, it's going to be all the tools and stuff, and then get the two parts of the hull together. And then we are on turret, which is good because it puts us on the home stretch of getting some paint on. And I've just ordered myself the m4a1 kit, with the one with the big the bigger turret and the different hatches that go this way, which is I Love Kits again. So yeah, I know what I'm letting myself in for. But I might actually download and print off some bits and bobs as well. Like, I want to change these brass rear light guards. They don't stick on. There's not a lot to stick to. So I might actually design a buck for them and put that on for a download for anybody. And see what the hatch is like on the other hull, which do face that way, but I might be nice to actually have no periscopes in, just the cover cases. We'll see. But anyway, that will be not the next build. But I'm not sure what I want to do for the next build yet. I've got a few choices. I've got an M10. I've got a Stuart, the howitzer, M113, or a Tiger tank. One of the bunch. It's anybody has something they fancy, just comment you fancy seeing this built or that built out of that selection, and we'll go on that. I have done a Stuart. I've got two Tiger tanks to do. I've got a Tamiya one and a Trumpeter one, actually, which has got you put the Zimmer on. So I always fancy the Zimmer. Oh God. T34. I have got the half track with the 50 cows on the back. Woolies Jeep. Two Woolies Jeeps, actually. and the what do you call it, the Vietnam Onto, is it the Onto? You know, it's got the recoilless rifles on it, one of those. So we'll see. Anybody fancies any of that and they want to see that one of those built, just like I say, leave a comment, and the more comments I get about one kit, then we'll probably go for that, maybe. Let's see. Guys, thanks for watching again. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed. It's really good. It's one of our first video of this one's that hit I think it's 1,200 views now. For me, that's good. It's normally they're quite low, but please, guys, like I say, please like and subscribe, and visit us on the Facebook, Man Cave Models UK. It does help the channel, and on Man Cave on the Facebook group, guys, you can post your pics of what you're building. You've got questions, you can ask questions on there. It's not a big group, it's slowly growing, and it's just supposed to be a friendly group. And as I'm finding out with posting some things, some groups aren't so friendly and some groups are really good. Well, it's not always the group, actually. Sometimes it's just the individuals on it. So yeah, but like I say, guys, please like and subscribe and have a good week. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.